on wheels. And around these parts, that's me. Did you see that, Lester? That there boy's got a whip.
He sure do, don't he?
I reckon we should teach him a lesson.
Yeah, let's get him. Just some water, that's all. Oh, sweet Jesus, it burns!
I'll be waiting for you. If you come here, you'll find me. I promise.
I'll be here too. It's a promise. Thanks, Squall. Next time, we'll meet for sure.
Sure. But when she left, just disappeared. I'm afraid of having that comfort taken away.
You were afraid of losing us? Is that why you kept your distance?
I was always alone.
Squall, you missed out on all the good things in life.
Maybe
This is a very special Dwelling of Duels banner artist breakdown. I'm your host, Evil Sonic. Joining us tonight is Travis, the Rocket Knight Bolek. Travis.
Hello. How's it going, everyone?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Let me bump your microphone up a little bit there. Give me a testy 1, 2, 3.
A testy, huh? Whoa.
It's fun being an 8-year-old boy and laughing at those things.
Yeah, or a 41-year-old man laughing at those things, too.
Both good options. So this is Dwelling of Duels, which is a monthly video game music remix competition. One of the fun, awesome traditions of Dwelling of Duels, aka DoD, is that every month there is a contest with a theme, something about video games, and with that is an opportunity for an awesome banner art. I just now realized that I don't have the banner art in the background. So this is what the kids call an epic fail.
Oh my god. Is this amateur hour?
It's it's semi-pro hour at the very least.
Okay.
Let's get that PNG file. Let's resize that. Jeez. What is going on here? Oh, I've got a... Okay. I know how to use computers. Travis, while I'm fumbling with OBS, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself vis-a-vis, how long have you been aware of this crazy thing called Dwelling of Duels?
Oh, I have been here since the beginning.
Damn.
Like, I was part of the mini bosses message board before in the early days, and then I was in the very first thread of when Dwelling of Duels was birthed. So yeah, I have been here since the very beginning. Not as a participant, but always a listener. And it wasn't until like several 5 years now or something like that that I first entered in Dwelling of Duels. Not under the best month that I entered, but it got me going.
That is the trick. I mean, that's the thing with Dwelling of Duels. And this is what my favorite thing about Dwelling of Duels is that there's always next month. Because whether it's doing the perfect arrangement or doing the mixing that you want or the performance that you want, you do have other opportunities. And with those rare exceptions, how many people just pop in here and first month that they enter, set the world on fire? It's a process. It's a project. It's not like a one-stop shop.
Oh, for sure. Like, I had plenty of false starts before, and it wasn't until the Damon tribute month that I finally got the encouragement to do this, as paying tribute to Damon Sean. So yeah.
That is certainly
a
motivator.
Yep. But I've done plenty of months since then. I plan to do more. I wanted to do Koji Kondo, but I just ran out of time doing the banner and everything. I just could not do that and the song at the same time.
I won't ask you what your Koji Kondo idea was in case you want to bank that for a future month. And
I will tell you this. It was a Koji Kondo game.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks.
Oh, wait, is that anonymity compromised?
Well, I mean, presumably, but I'll allow it. So, Travis, I know you from the shiz. We were both, so this was one of the fun things I learned when we were doing our first tech check, because I know that you have been on the shiz for as long as the shiz has been around, but you predated the shiz in not one but
Yes, I
two
did.
places that I did not know about before you told me they existed. So the first place is a little obvious, so I'll reveal that one. I'll leave the more exciting reveal to you, but the first place was like the comments section on the mini boss's website, I think you said. And that had some familiar names that we all know and love, like Rob himself and Sam the Neon Orange Knight and Mercatfat, R.I.P.
I think Atomic was there too.
Oh god, if Atomic was there that early, I don't know if she was. I think her Shiz account started in 2004, and
I mean, if that was the case, I could be like blending the dates there, because I know Atomic's been there for a long time too.
yeah, I'll ask her. But after the mini boss's website's comment page, what was the next iteration?
The next iteration was an easy board forums that was nicknamed the Booger Board because of the green color scheme that it had. And that was short-lived. I don't even think it lasted a year or anything, and that was after that we went to the Shiz.
And there's been a lot, I mean, this isn't exactly a secret or anything, but there's been some discussion of late about what the future of the Shiz is, because I think there have been some technical issues there.
Yep, technical issues, and it's basically just the mini boss's message board at this point, and the other forums have been archived at this point, so...
And I'm pretty sure that like 90% of the reason that there are technical difficulties is because 1160 is 1160
taking up all that bandwidth.
Yeah.
Might have to spin that off into like its own forum or Discord server.
I mean, how can 1160 exist as anything other? If anything, we should archive the rest and just keep 1160 going. Everything else can exist
possibly.
Elsewhere.
Yeah.
So you are what we might refer to as a shizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Puts you in pretty rarefied company.
Shizzies never say die.
That's true. That is so goddamn true. So we've got a lot of stuff. I love hearing the dog barking in the background.
Yeah, that's Bandit.
We've got a bandit here too, but she's upstairs and blissfully unaware of what doings and transpirings we're up to down here.
No, my Bandit's blissfully unaware of that too, but he's just outside barking at whoever's walking.
Obviously, this is DOD, The Dwelling of Dogs, banner artist breakdown. So, if you'll see, I picked the worst possible time to queue it up because it's after, it started sliding from the other side. But as you'll see the banner art that is slowly scrolling behind us, Travis here did the Fresh Month banner art. Fresh Month is a DoD contest where the only criteria, it's basically a free month where you can do anything from any game as long as that game has not been, it is not on the DoD website. I was about to say has not been covered in DoD, but I very intentionally said is not on the DoD website because there have been songs covered in the DoD contest that are no longer on the website. So those are fair game if they're no longer there. I know. So we have a couple of things that we talked about sharing. I know there's that video. I'm actually going to save that for later because I think we've got a good flow talking about banner art. And first, I should have thought this one through. I'm going to turn off our cams just so we can see the banner art. And can you walk, like, I haven't turned off the scroll. Can you walk us through the characters there?
Yeah. So basically, for Fresh Month, I just wanted to pick characters that haven't been covered on Dwelling of Duels. So I asked the ops team, including you, what are some games that haven't been on Dwelling of Duels? Jack and Daxter was one of them. Ratchet and Clank was another one that came off. There was no Tomb Raider mixes, so obviously I had to put Lara Croft in there. And someone mentioned Gordon Freeman from Half-Life, and I was like, okay, is going to be the main focal point for this here. And I have him doing that sort of crotched pose, his, fresh necklace or whatever. And Carrie suggested that demon character from Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, so I was like, all right, and I'll put him in there too. So yeah, I just wanted a sort of an ensemble of characters we haven't seen before, and I sort of got the inspiration from like the mid to late 90s No Limit Records hip-hop albums that were just full of bling and tenaciousness that they were so well known. I just kind of wanted to have that fresh angle to it, so made it all gold and fresh there.
And you nailed it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna use this opportunity to point out that as of 20 minutes ago, the Fresh Month banner art is available in the Threadless store, which is pretty exciting. You can get that as a classic art print. You can get it as a fine art print.
Ooh.
You can even get it with a frame. And Travis, this is my very smooth segue into the fact that you've done other DoD banner arts. Actually, I don't have a slideshow of your previous DoD banners. I can get that together, but this is a good segue into your other art slideshow. How's that sound for the next thing we look at, your portfolio?
Sure, yeah. Let's take a look at my portfolio.
Let us. All right, so portfolio. There we go. So I know who some of these characters and critters are. What do you want to tell us about this one?
Oh, that one right there? So that one are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with April O'Neil having a camp out in the middle of a desert. And that's actually a recreation of probably my earliest drawing I have ever done. I did it when I was like 6 years old. My parents have it framed in their house. And yeah, I finished this one up a few years ago. Just, decided, hey, I think my skill level has increased a little bit. So I just kind of wanted to do a revisit to some of my early works there.
With that explanation, I need to double check that yeah, good. I wasn't sure if the next thing alphabetically would be the thing that is obvious, which is this image right here. If you're watching on the Twitch stream, it's going to take a second. There we go.
Yeah, I was going to say, like I'm
Pins and needles.
watching. It's not happening on my end yet.
Do you see it?
Oh, there. Yep,
there we go.
I do see it. Yep, that's the original.
So what techniques did
there.
you use for this piece?
I think that one was crayon and pencil, probably on like a newsprint. You can't really tell from there. There's like a dinosaur or dog-like creature on the right-hand side. I don't know what that is.
I thought that was a horse.
The cactus. It could be a horse. I don't know. I was 6. I didn't know how to draw horses or whatever. I still kind of don't. And I think there's like some cacti needles stabbing the turtles as well. Like they just got really long needles and started stabbing them or something.
So this was you said this was when you were 6, and this was your first art?
At least it's my first preserved one. There might be other ones that my mom has kept, but like this is the one that's like stuck with me.
I really like this.
Thank you.
Is that Raphael who's the one who's upside down?
I believe so.
Yeah. I love that
I think it's like Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo?
Yeah, there's
Sorry for the potato quality.
I mean, no, this is perfect. I think the far most left looks like Donatello because that seems like a bow staff and the bandana seems to be purple. The one on the far right looks to be Leo because that's a sword, a katana, and the bandana's blue. And that leaves us with Raphael and Michelangelo. If I had to get, I mean, the one that's like center left looks like more red than orange.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's kind of hard to tell from the photo quality, and I also probably didn't use the right colors either or something.
And that also looks more like a scythe and a nunchuck in his hand.
Yeah, yep, you're right. Yep, that's totally Raph.
Should I be an art critic?
You could, yeah. I mean, we can like totally criticize how like terrible the technique here.
No. If I was gonna be an art critic, I would be like, I'd be more supportive, and you know, I wouldn't be there to roast. So this begs the question: who is your favorite turtle?
Oh, Donatello, hands down.
Oh, wow, that's
like
interesting.
I was kind of always like a nerd and geek growing up, and you know, like straight A student type guy. So like him being the sort of the nerdy, sciencey, smart guy as well, and the turtles is like I sort of like identified with him there. And then also in the arcade games, his reach was basically unparalleled.
That's pretty unstoppable. I was always into Michelangelo because my name is Mike, and so is his. And
you go.
He was very enthusiastic about pizza, which resonates with me. It's something that I think is very unique.
Have you tried any of the...
What was that?
Have you tried any of the Michelangelo pizza concoctions he has done?
I haven't.
In the TV show?
I don't think I have. I have to go watch that again.
There were some pretty bizarre choices. I think one of them had like peanut butter and jelly on it. Another one had like, I don't know, pickles or something. It's all like very bizarre stuff. It may actually work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anchovies on pizza is actually really fucking good.
That's what I hear. That's what Fry says.
Yeah, Fry did say that in the... I just watched that one. And by that, I probably mean it was like 3 weeks ago. But it feels like yesterday. Okay, on to the next art. Okay, I'm familiar with this one. Can you walk us through this guy once it pops up on your screen?
Yeah, once it pops. Okay, there you go. So this one is a little collage of one of my favorite games, Earthbound. So, yeah. Hi, Calvin. So, basically, I have the main characters there on Earth, and behind him is a Starman Ultra, I think, is what it is. and then sort of the meteorite going around the planet, which is a nod to the. It's not the original packaging, but like some official Earthbound art that has that. So yeah, just wanted to do my little tribute to Earthbound.
Very nice. Oh, and who do we have?
And I actually do have art prints of that if anyone wants that.
Oh yeah, so I know we have the link to the DoD Threadless store. Do you have a store that we can put up on the screen or in the chat?
I have a Threadless store. I don't have the Earthbound print on there, but if you want to send me a DM or just like tag me on Discord and you're interested in it, just let me know. So this next one is part of a series that I did a few years ago called Retro Wave Street Fighter. So basically, I took Street characters class from Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and I did a Retro Wave remake, makeover on them. So this one's obviously Blanca. Since he's like from Brazil and the tropicalness of I had him drinking a some sort of tropical drink, and then the hairstyle was inspired by I think it was like Mick Mars or Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue. So I wanted to give him that sort of outrageous hairstyle.
Wicked.
And I have prints of that and all the rest of the cast as well, if anyone knows.
So where do you have those prints if they're not on the Threadless store?
It's basically just have to like message me.
Okay.
I need to get around to putting them on the Threadless store. I'll definitely be doing that. But yeah, these are like ready to go. I already have them printed out, so you just need to hit me up, and then I can.
Do you get to the
off.
cons ever?
I've only been to like 2 conventions, and the reason why I went to those is because it was free to be an exhibitor. So I did that as a test run. This was done by one of the many local libraries around the Phoenix area. So that was fun to do. I would like to do some of like the more comic book and game-centric cons. It's just trying to get that money together to rent a table and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, this is you'll give it a second, see it on the stream, pour one out.
Yes, that one. This was done as a tribute to Damon Sean, who was tragically taken away from us 5-6 years now. Basically, like the day of I heard the news, this was my way of processing that grief. I just had to do a piece of artwork in tribute of him, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I did a few variations of that games, but this was like my favorite one. Yeah, had them printed for his celebration of life, and just had them out for whoever wanted to have them. So, yeah.
I did not know him nearly as well as others on the shiz did, and I had stepped away for a while, but I still remember him, and it's tough.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I'm glad we got to hang out whole times in the early years.
To something less tear-inducing.
Yeah. So this one is kind of interesting. Like, I actually had this idea for a really long time. I don't know how many people are familiar with the gaming magazine, Electronic Gaming Monthly, EGM.
I've heard of that.
They used to have letter art that people would draw color on envelopes. They would mail it in, and it was show off magazine. And I had this idea to do Spider-Man versus Venom, like the Mortal Kombat 3 versus screen. And I started that at the time, which would have been like around 95, 96 that I wanted to do it, but my skill level wasn't what I was happy with, so I gave up on it. And then, many years later, I decided to revisit this idea because I thought it was a cool idea, and here it is.
Do you have any other cool ideas from when you were young that you have wanted to revisit?
I have a lot of game ideas I want to keep going with and revisit and all that. So yeah, kind of just like a character concept art that I've had ideas for, and I've kind of been refining that over the years, and I'd like to make that into something at some point.
Nice. For me, I have always wanted to do a musical about Jimmy Carter.
Okay, interesting.
It wouldn't be good. When I pitched it to my screenwriting professor, he's like, that sounds like an idea you had in high school.
And it was, right?
It absolutely was. So I'm going a little bit out of order here with some of the questions and topics to think about, but I feel like this is fertile ground for it. We have up on the screen your first preserved work of art. What are your earlier memories about making art or appreciating art or just having that creativity you needed to get out of you and put on a page?
I do recall just drawing a lot, especially in my school notebooks. I would trace over comic book covers like Spider-Man and Spawn and all that, and would try to emulate those. I was a big fan of Mortal Kombat, so I was really influenced by John Tobias and his art style. So yeah, I would try to just keep drawing, keep doodling, and try to better myself as an artist.
Excellent. Now, this is one of those questions that I always say would come better from someone like Nate who understands these things, because I am a dummy. But what are your favorite styles and mediums to work in with art? Or do you is it a mix, or do you have a personal preference, or what's your bag? What makes you tick?
I really like using. Yeah, that's fine. I really like using pencils and pen and ink. That's what I grew up with, and I just love the way pencils behave and how they feel when they're drawing. And there's just so much versatility with a pencil. You can make quality, clean line art with it. You can go very sketchy. You can get some nice gradients and blends out of it, and there's just so much you can do. And pen art, I really like that too, because you kind of have less room for mistakes, but then those mistakes, I've messed around a little bit with acrylic paints and oil paints. That's something I would like to get back to, but it's just a little messy and takes a lot of time to work with. But primarily nowadays is Clip Studio Paint, which is a fantastic drawing program and paint program. The tools are really easy to use. You customize them a lot. And just very versatile too. Before that, I used Photoshop, and now I just mostly use Photoshop for finishing touches. In the fresh month, I had to go back in there and use it for the fonts and everything, because Clip Studio Paint doesn't have a very good font engine, or the tool Photoshop would have.
Okay. I've got a question that I think is going to elicit a fun response.
Okay.
When you work on art, what kind of music do you listen to? Like, what do you do while you're arting?
So I would used to listen to like maybe, random video game music, whether it be DoD or OCR or just OSTs. I would maybe listen to metal, but for a while I've actually stopped listening to music while I draw, and that's because I was influenced by Richard Williams, who was a fantastic animator and animation director for Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and he wrote a book called The Survival Kit, which is something every aspiring animator get, because it has a lot of great advice and a lot of tips and just how to animate. But basically, Richard Williams shared an anecdote in that book where he was asking Milt, one of the Disney's 9 old men, fantastic animator, if he listened to any music while he worked. And basically, Milt Call gave him a earful of whether or not he listened to music. So I don't know if you want to play that clip.
I'll play the clip, but so there's the book had the story, which included an animation or included a drawing, and then someone else. What'd they do with that?
Basically, like Milt Call was like, of all the stupid questions I've ever heard, I don't have the intelligence to do two things at once. And he was like really laying into Williams about that sort of thing. Yeah, that influenced Williams to stop listening to music while working, and he says it improved his art. I don't know art, but I have felt like it allows me to concentrate more when I'm doing work.
I think you told me Williams did the drawing.
Yes.
That inspired what we're about to look at. I'm going to turn off our volume so we won't hear Bandit barking. But I think I have this mostly queued up. Hang on just a sec.
Excuse me, Mel. Do you ever listen to classical music when you're working?
For Christ's sake, what a stupid question! I'm not smart enough to think of more than one thing at a time.
I won't do it anymore.
All right, hopefully everyone heard that.
I didn't.
Ah, shit.
It's okay.
Do you have your Twitch muted?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you didn't. Someone else in chat. Okay, yes. Nate heard it. Slowly Crush heard it.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Good.
Yeah. It makes like I didn't hear anything either but I knew that going in. And I'm assuming that because they're responding, talking about how they heard it, they can hear us now, which is good. Because I want us to be heard.
I hear you. So
I hear you.
Yeah. Good.
So yeah, what are you? So art, animation, the colored images of things. What were some of your favorite things to look at growing up? Like, did you have any favorite animated movies or TV shows that were more than just like, ooh, it's Simone and Pumbaa, or that you really liked the way the things looked that in a way that like just stuck with you from a young age?
growing up, I really loved the Looney Tunes. My house was a Looney Tunes household, so I was always watching Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, Yosemite Sam. I loved the animation and art direction in those shorts. That was a big influence on me. We watched The Simpsons, obviously. That was like tradition growing up, and we recorded them, and I wore out the tapes, always rewinding, watching the episodes, and that's why my brain is like 98% Simpsons references. So,
I shouldn't
like,
talk about
some
this
of my favorite
on stream,
animated
but I shouldn't talk about this on stream, but I just had a phone call with a prospective client who used to be a writer for The Simpsons.
That's awesome.
It's so cool. I might take him out to lunch.
I will have to ask you about that after the stream, because that would be fun to talk about. But some of my favorite anime movies, I love The Iron Giant. That's a
I just watched that a few
fantastic
months
film.
ago. So good.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm like very fortunate that I have a dad who just like really nurtured that and was like totally aware of like good movies, even animated films, because he was really into animation as well. He didn't do animation, but he loved watching it too and everything. And we got to see The Iron Giant in theaters.
Excellent.
I like some anime, but mostly like the theatrical anime, Akira, Ninja Scroll, Ghost in the Shell, stuff like that. And yeah, even some of my games, my favorite games, I really love the options of them. You know, Earthbound, Xenogears, Mass Effect, Fallout 3, Final Fantasy 8. I love the art direction in Psychonauts 2. That's like so creative and inventive there. And I love Yoshi's Island and Disco Elysium, to name just a handful of some of my favorites there.
My understanding from what you just said and everything I know about you is that you also do enjoy a video game from time to time.
Yeah, occasionally.
It happens.
Yeah.
This
game's
is
alright.
This is the part of our conversation where we talk about your history and biography vis-a-vis the video game, the consoles, the platformers, the cartridges, the discs, the what have yous. Do you remember when you first started playing video games? Like at what age you got that controller in your hand?
I think I might have been 6 years old, same age I did the Turtles stuff. But I definitely remember playing like Super Mario Brothers 2 on my Nana's son's NES. And that was like just so much fun. I didn't really understand what was going on or how it all worked or anything, but I was like pretty much hooked from right there, to the point where I was like always playing on his NES, and I was bugging my parents to get me video games, and they kind of relented when they got me my first video game console, which was a Game Boy. And that was mostly in preparation to take a trip to Colorado to visit my up there, because we were doing a road trip. We weren't flying that time, so that was like a 19-hour road trip with a couple of kids. So I think my dad didn't want us to he basically wanted us to shut up and play a game or something.
It's a good investment.
Yeah, it was. Like the first games I had for that was original Mortal Kombat and this like puzzle shooter game called Quarth. I think it was developed by Konami or something like that. You had like this little, it was kind of like a Space Invaders setup, and you shoot bullets to make shapes or something like that. I don't really get it, even though I kept playing it, only because it was marginally better than the Mortal Kombat game, which that little piece of crap.
Is Quarth
but
a
then
fresh game?
after that, I think it might be a fresh game. Yeah.
Oh,
so
you heard it
I don't know if it has
folks.
music.
Win Travis's heart by covering
I don't know
Quarth.
if it has good music. I think you would win my heart by covering something like maybe I don't know, Game Boy Color version of Turok 2, done by Alberto fucking Gonzalez. Like, that soundtrack is a banger, nonstop bangers all the way through.
I heard
know
he
the first
legally
one,
changed his middle
Game
name
Boy
to
Turok
fucking,
game.
by the way. We all know that here, though.
Right, yeah, he did. Steel Empire, another good one to cover too for a fresh month. That's fantastic music as well. That was on the Genesis.
Yeah.
Which I didn't have growing up. I was mostly a Nintendo kid.
I was a Genesis kid. But here we are, 30 years later, somehow bridging that divide.
Yeah, but I think it happened once, being in the console business and became third party, because I would never have guessed that I would see Sonic and Mario together in the same game on the same on a Nintendo console of all that.
Do you remember? I remember I was 22 years old, so I was I was old enough that this shouldn't have hit me the way it did, but like playing Super Smash Brothers Brawl for the first time and unlocking Sonic, and it's just like that blue blur across the screen. You're like, oh fuck, it's happening. That was a sight to see.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen to me with Brawl. It happened to me with the Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube.
Oh yeah, that was. I didn't necessarily. It didn't hit me. Like, I didn't have that. I didn't make that connection. The whole like Sonic on a Nintendo console in that way, because at that point Sega was kind of out of it, and it sort of felt like it made sense that they would just do what they had to do. But like for Sonic to be in a Smash Brothers game, that was like, we are past the Rubicon. That broke me. I loved it.
Yeah. And now you have Solid Snake and Sephiroth and everyone else in there.
Now it's just, it's Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah.
So I think I might know the answer to this, because I know that you're a Phoenix, Arizona native. How did you find out about video game, like the VGM community? I'm assuming it is that local band known as the Mini Bosses.
Kind of. Like, I'm fairly certain that I heard about the Overclocked Remix, OCR, just before I got into the Mini Bosses. I remember, I don't know how I found that website. It might have been on one of the forums I was on, or I know they were featured in EGM at one point, but I think I'd already known about them at that time. But I don't know. I found OCR first, and then I read about Mini Bosses in EGM, and then when I read relocating from Massachusetts to Phoenix, I was super ecstatic. I was like, oh man, we got a video game cover band of our own over here. Suck it, Massachusetts.
And here I am.
But
literally one town over from where they were. But like, I didn't like they left in what, 99, I think, 2000, around then.
I think it was like 2000, yeah, right around there.
But I didn't come here until 2004.
So, yeah.
So I was woefully unaware that I just missed it by 4 years.
Yeah, so how unlucky of you for that.
Indeed. But now we live in a golden era of the internet, where we all hear everything all at once.
Yes, we do. We do. I mean, I was actually pretty fortunate that when I was living with my parents at the time, the Mini Bosses used to play at this place called the Mason Jar. Shoot, wow, I'm like totally blanking on the name there. The Modified Arts, that's what it's called. Modified Arts. It was like basically this house that was converted into a live/art venue. Cool. And that was like literally like maybe half a mile down from my parents' place. So, and they played gigs there like every other week. So I got to see them more than a dozen times over the years.
Damn, you are steeped in it.
Yep. Maybe even wear my mini bosses t-shirt just for the stream.
Very nice. I'm wearing my Dwelling of Duels t-shirt just for the stream. Or this is my long sleeve.
I need to
so
order
anyone
one of
who's
those.
going into the Threadless store, I can't say enough good about the long sleeve shirt. It is, I don't know, I just like a good long sleeve shirt. It's comfy. If I hadn't already bought like 4 shirts, partly as test runs and partly because I wanted them, like I would get several more of these, but I gotta space it out a little bit. Dwelling of Duels.
Yeah, I definitely want to get a long sleeve of that because I like long sleeves as well.
Yeah. It's become like my perfect pajama thing, and I'm terrified about washing it, and like if I wash it and it shrinks or gets destroyed, I'll be just so sad. But it's getting ripe, so I should figure that one out. We have some more
Probably
art
hand wash it.
that we should probably take a look at. I have 2 slideshows. One of them is of some of your favorite banners from other artists, and some is the other one is of your banner art. I think I got most, maybe not all of them. But do you have a preference for what we look at next?
I'm good either way.
All right, let's put this up. Artist slideshow. This one. Transition. There we go. I don't know what order these are going to be showing up in. Going to give it a second.
Okay.
I think it's... No, I actually have no idea which order. This is the one that... Oh, it started at the end for some reason. Okay, that makes sense anyway. So the end of the slideshow is the most recent, non-fresh banner art. I fucking love
Yes.
this one. This one's definitely available on the Threadless store.
Thank you.
Half the reason we made a Threadless store was so people could get this poster. Because it's so goddamn cool. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it? I'm
you.
familiar with it because I remember hearing you tell me about like who's in it. But what's that silhouette?
Yeah. The silhouette is the Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. And the primary inspiration for this was the theatrical poster of the original Friday the 13th, which that's a fantastic poster. So, taking inspiration from that, there was, like, they had the cast of characters in the body of Jason. So I was like, okay, what kind of horror characters should I put in there? I don't think you can see it in the stream, but I selected Alan Wake from Alan Wake. I think it was Chris Redfield. The main character from Dark Souls, I think. The main character from this game called D. I think Claire Redfield is in there too. So that was and else there I used the box art from, I think it was Alone in the Dark, had a house, so I used that as the house backdrop. So try to get as many gaming horror influences there too.
That is so cool. I love this art. It is inspired.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun to do. I really liked it.
I think we're gonna go back. I wanted to double check, but I'm pretty sure this is one of yours. Mitsuda month. You did that, right?
Yes, I did. I
Okay,
personally
thank God.
called dibs for like any time that you were going to do Yasunori Mitsuda month because he's one of my favorite composers. And I do have a mild regret that I didn't enter for that month, but again, I was busy with that piece, and then also I didn't feel like my skill set was up to snuff, or at least my up to snuff, whatever at the time. But I definitely am going to cover some Mitsuda in the future at some point. But this one, I felt that the campfire scene from Chrono Trigger would have been an appropriate usage stepping off point for this. I have Masuda in there playing guitar, Luca working on Robo there, Luca and Robo from Chrono Trigger, Faye, and Ellie Eliham from Xenogear. Sort of having some canoodling going on over there. From Xenosaga, and then a couple other characters I don't know the names of, but they're from games that Mitsuda had composed music for, and they're playing a board game which is to represent Mario Party, which he did the music for that.
Oh, that's a deep cut. I like that. I mean, it's not a deep
Thanks.
cut, but it's like it's a nice connection that the board game equals Mario Party.
Yeah, like when I do like these sort of ensemble pieces, I like to try to throw in a little bit of like little secrets or Easter eggs, whatever. If anybody catches them, if not, that's fine. Just sort of like my little nods to them.
I love it. All right. This next one that's coming up is from June of 2021, the VG Lead Sheets month. And
that's actually July 20.
what's that?
Isn't it? Isn't it actually July 2021?
No, July 2021 is Vocal Month. Don't come at me. I know the months.
Okay. All right. Well, then I have my own information messed up. Okay. I need to change that on my side. Yeah. This was fun to do, too, since it was like VG lead sheets. I figured, oh, okay. Video game characters, playing music for a concert, probably a big band type. And I mostly stuck with like Castlevania characters for this one. I don't know why I stuck with just Castlevania. Probably just easier to find all the characters and stuff. But
And there's that
one of my
long,
favorite parts of this is a la carte.
long history of Dwelling of Duels and Castlevania. I mean, that's like where the name comes from, is Dwelling of Doom.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Slowly
There's
Crushed
a lot
with
of
an
great
excellent
covers from Dwelling
question.
of Duels. So
Slowly Crushed is asking WTF was VG lead sheets. First correction is it's not past tense. It is it's present tense.
it's still there.
VG Lead Sheets
Yeah.
is a website that has lead sheets, like kind of. How do you define a lead sheet?
Basically transcriptions of.
Yeah, but
It's not like exactly transcription, but music sheets.
It's not like an exact transcription, but it's meant to be like an easy to read, sort of like for jazz or live players, like people who are sight reading. To have like the chord symbols and the melodies and maybe the bass line.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, I've used them a few times.
yeah, I mean, I am not good at transcribing music, so when I have an idea, VG Lead Sheets is the first thing I look at, because I'm like, if it's here, I can fucking just use this as my starting point. And if it's not there, then I have to go down the rabbit hole of finding other ways to cheat at making music.
Yep.
But that was such a, I mean, that's a fun, like VG Lead Sheets is a website. They've got their own community there. And this was one of the sort of community crossover months where it was a bit of a DoD learns about VG Lead Sheets. VG Lead Sheets learns about DoD. Even before that, I think there were plenty of people who were participating and contributing to both. So the months, the rules for that month was any song that was on the VG Leads Sheets website by like June of 2021 was fair game. So it wasn't like every game, but every song that was featured there. For my main, Atomic and I covered Slam Shuffle from Final Fantasy VI.
Love that song.
I had a few alts. I know one of the alts was from Portal, and we did. It was me and everybody who had like a streak for the year going, who had entered every month up until June. It was keeping our streak still alive, and it was, you know, just kind of a short song about submitting to DoD. And there was also a World Wasn't Meant where we did Baby Park from Mario Kart Double Dash. For anyone who doesn't know, World Wasn't Meant is a stupid little silly radio drama thing that me and my friends make. But I'm not going to talk about that more here, because we are here to talk about Travis and not my silly, stupid side projects.
Yeah, we'll wait for the next stream for that.
Next stream is going to be the Buy Score album release, so I feel like it would be equally inappropriate for me to talk about The World Wasn't Meant there, because that's all.
The stream after that, whatever. What?
This month's Fresh Month listening party is strictly going to be a World Wasn't Meant retrospective. Actually, that sounds like a fun thing to do. I'm not going to cancel a listening party to do a World Wasn't Meant retrospective, but if I can trick some of those jerks to joining, that would be kind of fun. Oh, this one.
That'd be awesome.
This next poster was almost the month that I came back to DoD in 2020. A, so to speak, relaunch of my DoD time. What was I gonna do?
Launch titles.
I forget. I think but this was. I'll ask you about the banner art in a minute, but this was even before I was really active on the Discord, and I was still mostly on the shiz. But when this month came out, Hackstock made a comment about how he really wanted to hear a lot of Gradius 3, and that was the thing that started the running joke of I'm gonna submit a Gradius 3 track and call it I'm Evon Hackstock Motherfuckers. And I ended up submitting a lot of tracks over the next year or so from Gradius 3 that had some variation on the title I'm Evon Hackstock Motherfuckers. Because, as we all know, anonymity is very important in DoD. We don't talk about what we do. It is meant to be a surprise who did what tracks, partly to preserve the sanctity of the voting, also to help, encourage people to give fair and honest feedback. It can sometimes be hard to critique a track when you know who did what and you don't want to hurt feelings. I remember I've critiqued Pud's mix, and it's the sort of thing where it's like, if I knew that was Tony, I would have kept my mouth shut. But launch titles, those are games that were released at the same time as a console was released. So I see Mario, I see Chuck Rock, who was fresh until I covered him in Fresh Month. I see Sonic, I see an Ice Climber, I see a Monkey Ball. Is that Master Chief in the background?
Yes, it is.
Was Halo 1 a launch title, or is that a Halo 3 launch for 360?
Halo 1 was a launch title for the Xbox.
Okay. Right out of the gate, that's actually a really solid launch title. I mean, Halo's a fucking great game, and the fact that they did that at launch, that's kind of impressive. Who else we got in there? I don't recognize some of the others.
Altered Beast in the very back there. Afro Dude is from the boxing game on Dreamcast that Midway developed.
Okay.
Knockout something? I don't remember. A lady is Sophia from Battle Arena Toshin. And the knight character, I think his name is, I want to say Pierre? I might be wrong, but it's from the Saturn game Clockwork Knight.
Wicked nice.
Yeah, I had a few ideas for this one, like, launch titles. I was thinking like having characters in a catapult being launched out, having them watch a rocket being launched or something like that. But then it's like I was thinking back to like, movies that had astronauts, and one of the iconic scenes like with the astronauts is like all the astronauts just walking
Oh yeah.
towards the
Get that Armageddon
shuttle
scene.
launch.
I briefly went to the
Yeah,
next
I think
one.
it was like Armageddon.
Because I didn't realize. But I am fascinated by the different concepts. But yeah, I mean, like having
The only thing I regret about
You go ahead.
the only thing I regret about this piece is I did not have like the consoles in the background set up as like rockets.
Oh, that would have been
to
cool.
be launched up there.
So here's a question.
Oh well.
How would Chuck Rock fit a helmet
Mm-hmm.
over that stupid chin?
I don't know, like a Chuck Rock sized helmet, probably.
I guess you're lucky that we don't have to see
He's
it.
holding a
'cause
rock, by
he's
the way.
hiding. Yeah, he's got a rock. Good old Chuck Rock. The next,
Okay, how about this?
go.
Why would Master Chief need a helmet when he's wearing a helmet, huh?
because
How
his
about
helmet
that?
isn't fitted to the external suit. It's fitted to the suit that's underneath him. So like, he could still get an air breach. He needs a helmet. Yeah.
But isn't his suit rated for space travel or something? I don't know.
Not this kind of space. Jeez,
Oh,
Travis.
okay.
Read the book.
Not the Halos. Real space, I guess.
It's Halo space. Next up, we've got a 2019 free month banner, and this is a fucking awesome one. It's just so. It is so in that spirit of DoD of like video game characters playing music, and goddamn.
What's interesting about this one though is I did this one on my own, and I finished it, and Katadron met me saying, "Hey, can I use this for an upcoming free month?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh,
So
nice.
not done for Dwelling of Duels initially. Like this is actually cropped a little bit. I have a full size. I do have a print of this one as well. It's the full size and everything, and this is a bunch of characters as well. So that's sort of like a, find this character type game.
I think I can see Zero Suit Samus and Sonic in the crowd. Is that who I'm looking at?
Yep.
I can't tell who anyone else is in there.
Yeah, it might be a little hard. Like it's kind of dark in there and everything. I know. I can name off some of the characters. Like I have Crash in there, Zelda, Link, GLaDOS is in there, Spyro, Pyramid Head is in there. Shoot, I'd have to take a look at it again, but yeah, it's a lot of characters that I try to squeeze into the audience.
So we've got Bowser on drums.
And you can't see it because
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
behind the logo you can't see Toad on keyboards.
Oh, wait, who's on keyboards?
Toad.
Oh, Toad on keyboards. That's nice. That's it. So we got Toad on
Yeah.
keyboards, Bowser on drums, Mario's doing guitar and vocals. I'm assuming that's Peach. She's playing a flying V, so that
Yep.
she's lead guitar. Is that Luigi doing the leap?
Yeah, he's playing bass.
I mean, right now he's leaping.
Yeah, well, when he's done leaping,
He can
play.
slap
I was
open
actually
strings
I
behind
used
his
a
back.
flea as a reference for that.
What'd you do?
Yeah, exactly. I used a flea as a reference for Luigi there for his pose.
Fleaouigi.
Yeah, Fluigi.
And this next one I know is on the Threadless store. I think this is your first DoD banner, to my knowledge. And that is the 2017 multiplayer month.
Yep, That's the very first Dueling of Duels banner I've done.
So I see Cuphead, I see Chun-Li, I see Mario. Who's the dude on the left?
Master Chief.
Oh, okay, now I get it. Master Chief is
Yeah.
looking up to the sky in aggravation about failing in the multiplayer game. Being bested by Cuphead if I had to base my assumptions on facial expressions on who's succeeding and who's not.
Yeah, I think Cuphead and Chun-Li are doing pretty good in this matchup.
Very nice. I love this.
I had a few different ideas for this one as well too. Just a lot of trying to know what this was, but yeah, this was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
And funny enough, like Dwelling of Duels has quite a few couch-related banners.
Has a few what related banners?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know there's at least like 2 other banners that feature characters on a couch.
Top of mind, I think 32 plus bit month from December of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look at some banners and think about it, but yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily want to talk too much about this one. The licensed games month banner, I think that has a lot of AI generated, like that was an AI stuff that I think Kata might want to take back at some point, but I actually had an idea about that one because people have different ideas about AI today than they did 3 years ago. But it would kind of be cool to do like a community sourced redo of that month, because the whole concept is that it's got like 16 or 20 or something different licensed characters. Like, you know, there's Batman and Ninja Turtles, but basically any game that is based on a different, you know, original source, and for there to be like a community sourced endeavor to redo that from scratch might be kind of cool.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Pretty
cool.
I haven't talked about that to Katagen, but I decided I'd share it all here with you first. So
Ooh,
that might be a faux pas.
Hot tips here.
Hot tips. You heard it first.
Yep.
So Travis, I know you have your super powered Pacific Coast time, and it is not even 8 o'clock by your reckoning. In my world, it's almost 11.
About 15 till.
But what I would like to propose is, I know you have a screen share that you wanted to walk us through some of this month's art for. So what I think I'm gonna do is, let me turn off the background banner and let me switch over to 2 cams, 1 DAW. I have it saved in here as 1 DAW because I set this up assuming we were going to be doing a lot of mixed breakdowns, which we should do again. Anyone here want to do a mixed breakdown with us? You'll get a stream. But now, if you look at your Twitch screen, you should see to the left smaller versions of me and Travis. Don't worry, we haven't actually shrunk. It's just an optical illusion. And next to that is Travis. What are you working in here?
This is Clip Studio Paint.
All right.
Yeah, this is basically be like a step-by-step process of the fresh month. So basically the first image here you see is like a bunch of scribbles. That's basically how I usually start to work. Is I get an idea and I scribble it down. Like, it doesn't have to be good or anything. It's just getting those ideas down and then, trying to see what works and everything. I think this is like comprised of several layers anyways, but yeah, it's just doing that, trying to find the composition and character positions and all that stuff.
Did you know who any of the characters would be at this point?
At this point, yeah, because I had been collecting references. So yeah, I use this other program that's really good called PureRef. It's a very lightweight sort of like image board that you can set up. You just throw all your references on there, another screen or side by side, and have it right there in front of you. And it's been so helpful for me for using references. And then after I get that initial sketch, I start doing line art. Let's find out which one that was. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So this is basically jumping ahead a bunch of steps, but yeah, I start refining the line work. I do several passes, getting more and more refined, and then I sort of do like a grayscale on top of that, or just on top of that, and then I start to do shadows in order to determine where the lighting is going to come from. I think this is this next one. Okay. And then once I get the lighting, I start blocking in colors and all that and getting everything ready. And then from there, hang on, let me see. Okay. And then from there, it's going to go backwards a little bit. I add sort of like a background light source. And I got the silhouettes. Getting way more refined with the characters there. Let's see here. From there, I did added to the demon character, the colors. What's this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, right about this time, I started taking it to Photoshop so I can add the fresh fonts and everything. And use Photoshop's excellent gradients, which the gradients I use for the gold I had to find online because people already made really good gold gradients. Why reinvent the wheel,
Yeah.
At this point, I'm starting to add the text and everything, getting that there. Yep, that was what was this? Sorry, I don't remember what all the layers do anymore.
Oh god, I know that feeling.
This
like
was.
Working on
I know what this one does. Yeah, like I don't name my layers often. So, like I'll start at the beginning of like, oh, this is line art sketch work, then paints. But after a while, I start like duplicating layers to save them for in case I majorly screw up down the line or something, or I end up needing more layers for whatever reason. So
we've all made
this layer
final mix version 3A-25.
Yep. Absolutely. So this was kind of the final touch layer. I'm gonna keep that one off for now.
Final touch layer. Version
this
2.
Layer, yeah.
Final master and last. I've named I've named files no really final.
And then I started adding some background elements, which is just basically a bunch of different types of grunge brushes, which are just random shapes, essentially.
Nice,
and I try to like adhere to like my light source. Yeah, just some random texture and everything, because for something like this, like honestly, backgrounds are kind of like an afterthought for me, and I am not too good with backgrounds here. But usually, just having like a textured background with some shadows and stuff like that usually works pretty well. And I felt it worked pretty well here. And then I added the final touch of some shadow or light bursts all over the gold and everything to give that extra fresh pop that it needs.
This might be a hot take, but I think this would look really good on a throw pillow.
Do we have throw pillows for sale?
I mean, we could do a fucking skateboard. We should be able to do a throw pillow.
I want this on shower curtains.
We can do shower curtains. I haven't always been doing those as a default, but I could. I'm going in right now to make a shower curtain and to see if there's a pillow. I also have to figure out... I can look at this and I see that there were 7 styles for the other banner arts that you provided and 8 styles for this, so I gotta figure out which thing I added that the other ones don't have. So we want this from home. Got those art prints.
I'm trying to...
We can do a throw pillow. We can do a tapestry. Oof. It doesn't quite look
yeah,
great
I think a
on
throw
the throw
pillow would look really good. Oh, that's too bad.
Let me see if I can... I don't think there's any way I can gracefully share a screen for that.
Oh, that's what that was.
But shower curtain, how's that look? I mean, that looks kind of cool. Everything looks good on a shower curtain. Metal art print.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Do mounted aluminum print. Mounted acrylic. Damn, that gets expensive. Okay, so a 36 by 36 inch mounted acrylic or aluminum print would be $450.
Okay. I'm not buying that, but all right.
But I added...
For $450, I think I could buy a decent base for that much.
Yeah. I want to get a banjo. We
I got
can
one.
adjust the file,
over here.
how it fits on the image, so I will play with that, but it's not something I want to leave up there right now before I have a chance to muddle with it a bit.
Yeah, and I do all my work in 300 DPI, which is basically print ready right there. It's a like super high resolution.
Yeah. Jigsaw puzzle. Oh no.
But
That's
that's
got a
pretty much the
bunch-
process for the fresh month.
I want to go back and play with this a little bit, but at the very least, we've got a lot of different prints and shower curtain available for the fresh month banner art. I really
Yeah,
hope I
Nate
don't
asked.
come across like I'm just trying to hawk threadless products now, because I'm just very excited that this is a thing. But I feel like this stream and the last stream I've just been talking about, like, oh, you should get all these great DoD products, and it's not like I'm here to sell shit. It's just I'm so excited that I get to wear this shirt.
What you need to do is do advertisement bumpers before, during, and after the stream. You know, sort of like the radio ads used to be. It's like, come on down to the Dwelling of Duels Threadless store, where we have mugs, skateboards, and everything else for your Dwelling of Duels needs. Something like that.
If I did do that, I would have to make it so absolutely over the top that it could not ever be conceivable as sincere. But like 9
You
out of 10
absolutely have to do it
doctors
that way.
agree that Dwelling of Duels t-shirts fit better than the regular brand X. But I mean, honestly, 9 out of 10 doctors do agree that Dwelling of Duels t-shirts fit better than the brand X. So why aren't you buying all your t-shirts from the Threadless Dwelling of Duels store?
So we have 9 doctors that have already used our products.
Well, no, we have 10. We just have 9 that approve.
Oh, okay.
So there's one doctor out there who's, holding out, but slide left on that shit.
You didn't give him enough money for it.
from our rich treasure trove, our Scrooge McDuck style PayPal account, which is so flush with cash.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else that you want to show us from your fresh month process? This was really cool to see, and you also shared a video of this in the server.
Yeah, it was basically like just a animated GIF video of basically what my process is. So it's combined some steps and all that, but yeah, it was essentially just what I did for the fresh month.
Let me see. Where do I have this saved? I know you gave me some stuff and I saved it, but I am not finding it immediately. 25.
I couldn't tell you where it's saved.
No, that would... How would you know where I saved it on my thing? That doesn't make sense.
Like a hacker man, and
if you... What do you remember what you called it, and I can search for it in Discord?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you remember like what it might have been saved as, and I can search for it in Discord?
What exactly did I send you again?
It was I had it in front of me earlier. It was a video file. Oh wait, do I have it in here? No, that's not it. This is the best part of these streams, is where people get to watch me fuck around and try to figure out where I saved things on my computer.
You know what? It was a Google Drive link that I shared to you that had the original art files, and I'll repost it in Discord for you, so it's top of your list. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think I saw that the Drive folder. Yeah, I want to visit the site, obviously.
Yeah, it's called DOD0925 Fresh Animated Process.mp4.
Is this publicly available? Like, I could probably share the Drive link to this file.
I have it set up to like whoever has the link can get it.
Okay. Let's hit that up. I'm gonna put this in announcements.
Of course, that link also does have the full-size fresh month artwork too and everything.
I just shared the file directly to the MP4, not the folder.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
I didn't want to presume. And you know what? Because this is a place where we can share text messages, I will drop it in the Twitch chat as well. Travis, we are approaching the witching hour. I know we had some other things that... Is there anything like I can get a second wind if you've got like another hot section or big picture topic, but I know we covered the things that I wanted to make sure we covered, which is a celebration of your work, this month's banner, your art and video game history. Is there anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Not. I mean, I could talk about whatever, but if you're good, I'm good. Type thing.
We're all good.
But hang on one second. Come here. I'm sure everyone loves this, but this is one of my cats.
Okay.
Tyr.
Who's that Tyr?
So, a Tyr, Norse god Tyr, because he only has 3 legs. So.
Oh, what a guy.
But he is a good boy.
He looks so happy right now.
Oh yeah, he loves his neck scratches.
Obviously, this is
figured
Dueling
y'all would
Duels
enjoy
where
that.
It's video game music remix competitions, but also mostly cats.
Cats, yep. Sometimes dogs.
Sometimes dogs, sometimes bunnies, sometimes foxes or snakes. We've got a hell of a Discord thread going. That it started out as like I can't remember if it started out as dog and cat thread or if it started out as dog thread and then became dog and cat. But it is now up to, I don't know if there's any way to look at the title and see it all. Dog and cat and burb and benuti.
Like dog, cat,
snack,
burb.
bee, bat, frog,
Bee.
moth, fox, squirrel. Let's see.
Deer.
Yeah, deer,
Hamster,
hamster, and slug.
Oh, we need to add spiders to that.
I think that we maxed out the character limit, which is like there are other animals that have come up, but we can't do anymore.
That's fine. Just delete the dog and add spiders.
That sounds like a nightmare.
For you.
Yeah, for me. Spoiler alert, I don't like spiders. I don't want to see spiders. I like dogs, and I want to see dogs.
Spoiler, I like spiders. You can show me spiders. It's cool.
Yeah, you're in Arizona. If you didn't like spiders, you'd just be catatonic the whole time. You have, like,
Yeah, and
tarantulas out
scorpions.
there, right?
Yeah, but tarantulas are harmless.
Oh my god.
They look scary, but they're not going to hurt you. I mean, the bite can hurt you, but they don't want to. They really don't want anything to do with you, you know?
I'm literally dying right now. I'm gonna need a minute.
Dying from the arachnophobia, or
Yeah. It's not like true arachnophobia, because I don't get this way about scorpions. Not that I'd ever know, because I don't like fuck with scorpions, but spiders just. And it's the tarantula types, the big fuzzy ones that freak me out. I don't mind like the sharp metallic ones quite as much. I don't know why. Do you know why? Can you help me get to the bottom of this?
I don't know why. Like, that sounds like something that you would have to ask your therapist about.
I should get a therapist. This has
You can call
obviously
Lucy.
been.
I think she charges 5 cents a session.
Thanks, Lucy. This has obviously been a Dwelling of Duels banner artist breakdown. I have been your host, Evil Sonic. With me has been our most delightful guest, Travis the Rocket Knight Bolek. Art extraordinaire. I love it when you do the DoD banners. I'm so very, very excited that your art is available on the Threadless store. We do have it set up so any proceeds go to you as the artist, which is the way it should fucking be, because spoiler alert, pay artists. Can I get like a what for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I see Nate saying a cheers in there. I know Nate has opinions on artists being paid for their work, which is a good thing. And yeah, this has been a great stream. We've got I should remember some of the important details about the thing, which is we have our Fresh Month deadline coming up. Navi, tell me about it. Fresh Month submission deadline is in 13 days. That is Thursday, September 25th. It's my friend Andrew's birthday. You don't need to know that, but I know that. The listening party is going to be Friday, September 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, Fresh Month is any games that are not represented on the DoD website are fair game to cover. Work on those arrangements, practice your performance, fix that mix, scoop those mids, fix the snare, And keep it right here, because this is Dwelling of Duels. Duels, duels, duels.